everybody, so I am here with Avvai today for an exciting video. We have been going through and doing Q&As with each member of the OwlCrate team, and we threw out a story on Instagram yesterday asking you guys for questions for Avvai, and you showed up in a good way. So I have written them all down, and we're just gonna ask Avvai some questions today and hopefully not put her on the spot too badly. But we'll see.
Nervous about this.
Alright, so we're just gonna jump in. I've kind of separated the questions. The first questions are more OwlCrate based, and then the second set of questions are more like your personal tastes.
Yeah.
So let's get going. So the first question came from H Miller 1505 and asking, how did you start working at OwlCrate?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I saw the job post
that Sally put out.
For OwlCrate Junior, and I read it and I was like, this is where I need to be. I just kind of finished school and I was like hunting for jobs, and yeah, I loved like in the post it was like you need to be a book lover, like you need to like love kids books. I love kids books. Like the idea of subscription boxes I sort of knew about, and then when I was reading about like OwlCrate, I was like, this is what I needed in my life, 15 years ago. So yeah,
it was we interviewed quite a few people for the position, and sadly, I mean, we saw some like great people, but as soon as Avvai left the interview, we're like, we really like her. So we're happy to have you on board. Okay, so Books and Libros has a couple questions, and if I don't get to your questions, chances are we had multiple iterations of the same type of question, so I've kind of just like picked one, so we weren't ignoring you if I don't read out your name. But Books and Libros asks, what has been your favorite OwlCrate Junior item?
Ooh.
Some good items.
All the items.
No,
I'll actually answer this. I think I really like, in a box a few months ago, there was like Birds of a Feather. In the Birds of the Feather box, there was a field guide to birds in North America. It's for kids. It's by National Geographic. I love that. Like, I want that.
I'm sure we have one around here.
I love a good field guide. My background's in biology, so I love like anything animals related. When I go hiking or beachcombing, I always bring a field guide. So that's probably my favorite item.
I love National Geographic as a kid.
Oh
too.
yeah,
so good.
Yeah, and then their kid, like all their kid stuff is just phenomenal.
Great. Yeah. And he also asked, what is the best part about working for OwlCrate?
Aww. Everything. I think the best part is like getting to be in a room full of great people and talking about books like all day, and just being surrounded by people who love books.
It's very fun.
Yeah, I love it. You guys are the best.
Yeah. It is really one of the best parts of our job, is like we get to like, if you just like find out some exciting book news, you can turn around and be like, you guys, and everybody else is excited too.
And like people will know what you're talking about. and like getting all the book recommendations every day, and and also the second best part about this job is reading advanced copies of books.
We're very lucky to be able to do that.
Yes.
I definitely remember a time in our lives where that wasn't possible.
Yeah.
And jealous. And now it's like, so appreciative.
Yeah, totally.
Malene Erica is asking, what is your favorite OwlCrate or OwlCrate Junior book?
Okay.
So she hasn't read all of them, obviously.
Yeah, no.
But you have read quite a few of the junior ones, I would say.
Yeah. Okay, my favorite OwlCrate Junior book. Ooh, it's so hard. They're all so good. Sally picks the best books. It's probably gonna be Nevermore.
Yes.
I just finished it and it was just like so good. But I just started reading Shaw, and that might become my favorite.
Roshni Chokshi is an amazing writer. It's so funny.
I just read like the first 5 pages and I'm like, I love this one.
Yeah, exactly.
So it might change in a few days. We'll see.
We'll see. Kat Costa is asking, what did you do before you were working at OwlCrate?
Yeah. I did a lot of things. I guess right before I finished, or right before I started OwlCrate, I just finished up my master's in publishing degree.
Which is very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's like a 1-year program and very intensive, and I'm very glad to not be in school anymore. But yeah, that's what I was doing before.
And you have an interesting background, like you said, because you actually had your undergrad in something completely different.
I had my undergrad in biology. I had big dreams of becoming a marine biologist. And then, yeah, I was working at an aquarium for a bit. Cool. I've been like traveling, living in different countries. Yeah.
You've done some really cool things. All right, so those were kind of the OwlCrate specific questions, and now we have the more like reading based. Some aren't reading based questions. So Kinsey7323 asked, what book made you fall in love with reading?
Oh,
yeah,
this is hard.
It can be like early days or something newer.
I don't know. I've just always loved reading since I can both like even like yeah, before I can even remember.
Do you have like a book you read like as a kid that just like something that stands out to you that you remember reading?
I don't know. There's just so much.
I know.
I don't know. I guess like for me it wasn't really a book. It was like my dad that really got me into reading, and I just like read. Whenever I came back from school or like just came into the house, he would like turn off the TV and stuff and just like read anything, even if he was pretending to read.
That's awesome.
And that made me like copy him and just like read whatever was lying around.
Oh, that's so cute.
So yeah, it's not really a book that made me love reading. It was mainly like my dad that got me into reading. And then yeah, I don't know, any series, like I remember like Harry Potter obviously got me into reading, the series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Beyond the Deep Woods.
I don't know that one.
It's I'm blanking on the author, but it's illustrated by Chris Riddle.
Oh, awesome. He's great.
So like those books. Oh, The Edge Chronicles. That's what the series
yes, I think
called.
I have heard of
yeah.
that. Yeah.
The Edge Chronicles by Paul Stewart, I believe.
It's coming back.
Chris Riddle. Those books, I loved those books. Yeah, so any like good hooking series really got me into reading.
Nice.
Yeah.
She also asked, what book would you recommend for a reluctant reader?
That's a good question. It kind of depends on the age and like what the person is into. Recently for an adult, I recommended The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This was the book that got me into sci-fi, because before this I was like, I'm never going to read sci-fi. I hate the whole genre for some reason. And it's so small. It's like it's a fast read. It's super funny. So that's a book that I recommend for adults. For kids, I'd probably like choose some sort of fun series, like whether it's like the Hunger Games or like the Percy Jackson series. I think starting with a series is such a great way. It's like really hooking. You'll want to keep reading more. Yeah.
Good advice. KTC has a couple questions. If you could write a book, do you know what it would be about?
Oh boy.
Do you have writing dreams?
No, I've read so many books and I've never because I think I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Two of my closest people in my life are writers, and I just I'm like, I never want to do that. I love reading books though, but no writing. I think if I was, I'd probably want to do some sort of comic graphic novel.
Oh, cool.
Because I really like to draw. So some sort of book like that, or a non-fiction, like kind of like an educational book for kids is what I'd like to, with like lots of cool pictures and stuff. That's what I'd like to write. Yeah. Maybe something about the ocean.
Good ocean book.
Yeah.
And what author do you think people should read more of? Somebody underhyped.
Somebody underhyped?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh boy. I don't know. I think I love all the like classic authors. I always say like everyone should read Charles Dickens because I love Dickens, or like John Steinbeck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have any underhyped. Maybe for nonfiction, I'd recommend Thomas King.
Okay.
He's an Indigenous writer. I think everything he writes is fantastic. He has a collection of like fiction and nonfiction. Or Toni Morrison. She's huge,
amazing.
but like
yeah.
I think everyone should read Toni Morrison. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. The Frantic Vampire asks, do you have a favorite comic book series or one that you would highly recommend?
Yeah, I was just telling Corey this. I love the Sandman series. I think it's just phenomenal. It's like literature almost. It's so good. Every time I go back to the series, I discover something new with it. Yeah, Sandman.
You're trying to, I think I'm being convinced to get back into that series because I never finished it, so
Yeah.
maybe I need to try again.
It was definitely like the first few books, like it was hard, like because it's very confusing. There's like lots of things going on, lots of like foreshadowing, and lots of things. But everything will make sense
Once it all comes together.
Everything will make sense.
Alright. We have 2 food-based questions now.
Ooh.
Very important. Not the Path to Narnia is asking, what is your go-to taco order? Complicated questions, guys.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if like there's like standard taco orders, but I always love my tacos with refried beans, guacamole, and all the hot sauces, and then whatever else you want to put in there. But as long as it has refried beans, guac, and hot sauce,
You'll be happy.
I'm happy.
That sounds like me too. And Mackenzie Piper is asking, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Depends. It depends. Yeah.
That's not a common answer.
Some days I really crave it, and some days I'm like, no, I don't want pineapple on my pizza.
Wow, not very many people would fall down the middle on that one.
Yeah.
There you go. So Mackenzie has a couple other questions. What's your Harry Potter house? This is also very important for our viewers to know.
It's a toss-up between Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. Okay. I think on Pottermore I got Ravenclaw, but there are like a lot of me is like Hufflepuff too. Okay. So yeah, like Ravenclaw. Yeah.
This is a very, very difficult question, and if you have an answer off the top of your head, I'll be proud of you. But it's, what's your favorite book?
Ooh, I have 2 that I always say. The Hobbit.
Oh.
And Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck.
That's the only John Steinbeck book I haven't read. East of Eden was my favorite.
Yeah. Grapes of Wrath is so
I need to read it.
So good.
I need to read it.
Yeah.
She's just encouraging me to read these things. I've been meaning to forever. Books and Libros has a few questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite and least favorite book trope?
Yeah. This is hard. I think my favorite book trope, I don't know if it's a trope, but maybe you can help me out.
Sure.
It's like when, I don't know what they're like called or anything, but it's when like the narrator talks to you, like talks to, like, you know, in the series of Unfortunate Events.
Breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, and like I love when movies do this. Movies and TV shows, it just like, as soon as it starts and the narrator starts talking to me, I'm like, I love this.
Cool.
And I like when books do it, too.
But yeah, I like it when it breaks the fourth wall. And that's been happening in literature for a very long time.
Really?
Because Jane Eyre does that. Reader, I married him.
Oh, yeah.
Not to spoil Jane Eyre for you or anything.
Yeah.
I also like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
And do you have a least favorite trope?
I don't know. Like, there... a lot, maybe.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess anything where, I don't know, any kind of like sexist tropes, I guess. Like, like when the woman is like, or the girl is being like helpless or like can't do anything without being saved and stuff
Damsel
like that.
in distress.
Damsel in distress trope. Yeah.
That's fair. I also did not like that.
Yeah.
So the next question is, who is your favorite book villain?
Umbridge. In Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix. She like, just like, even thinking about her in both the movies and the books just like wants me, I need to like...
Just like embodies horrible.
Yeah, she makes me feel bad.
Yeah. Very well done character.
Totally.
But terrible.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite genre?
Yeah, I really like reading, I don't know if it's a genre, I guess it's a genre. I like reading biographies and autobiographies.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I read a lot of nonfiction, and it's only in the past few years that I've kind of been diving into like fantasy and sci-fi and stuff. Yeah.
Autobiography is good.
Yeah.
And do you have a favorite author?
Yes. John Steinbeck.
Right on. He's a good writer.
He can do no wrong.
Yeah. Rhea Luna is asking, any advice for getting out of a reading slump, or do you have a go-to book or author to get you out of a reading slump?
Getting out of a reading slump, I think I've definitely been there. Happens quite often. I think reading something, like reading a series, like a hooking series, because sometimes I do get bogged down in nonfiction and like things get really serious.
Yeah.
So I have to pull back a little and read something just fun, something quick, something that I'm like, just like I get lost in the world. So yeah, that's usually what I...
Cool.
Yeah. What was the second part of the question?
Do you have a go-to book or author?
No, I don't think I have a book or an author, but like I like middle grade and kids books, and so I will like pick one up to get myself out of the reading slump.
Cool. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Books, Music, Life is asking, what is your favorite YA book?
Oh, so hard. There's a lot. I think I really liked, I don't know if this is YA. It's a coming of age story, Lullabies for Little Criminals.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's YA. We can count it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Lullabies for Little Criminals.
Yeah, that or like Perks of Being a Wallflower.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Stephen Chbosky's new novel?
No, I didn't even know.
It's an adult horror, apparently. It's like really long. It's like so, but I'm excited for it.
Oh. Yeah, I like contemporary
Yeah.
a lot, so that, and then obviously like Harry Potter, Hunger Games,
the classics.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Cool. Simply Sammy is asking, do you have a favorite book series?
Ooh. Yes, I do, actually. Favorite book series, Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, yeah.
That whole series. They're just such happy books.
Really, they're amazing.
Such feel-good books. Whenever I'm down, that's like my go-to book or like any one of those books. And there's so many of the series.
Yeah. More than you think.
More than you think. Yeah. Just when you think you're done with like the Anne arc, and then there's like all the other. Yeah.
Bookish Ruth asked, do you have a favorite book you've read in 2019 so far?
Yeah. There by Tommy Orange. Really love that book. Yeah, it's his first debut novel. He's an Indigenous writer. I think he's based off in Oakland, California. Really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we have one more question. We've reached the end. Do you have a favorite childhood picture book?
Yeah. The Giving Tree.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. And then there's another picture book. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one where there's a red mitten, and the animals. The boy loses the red mitten in the forest, and all these animals go in to make the red mitten. It's like their home.
I think I've read this. I'm picturing it in my brain.
I for some reason can't remember the.
We'll leave what it's called down below in the description.
But I remember like I had this like giant version, like it was bigger than me when I was a kid, and I loved it. Yeah.
Awesome.
The illustrations are beautiful too.
Love picture books.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was all of the questions that you guys wrote in for Avvai. Thank you very much. I think you did pretty well doing it off the top of your head. It's not easy to do it off the top of your head.
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for asking all those questions. That was great. That was fun.
Hopefully you learned some things about Avvai.
Yeah, I feel like I learned some things about myself. Yeah, and if you like this video, give it a 2 thumbs up, and if you want to watch more, subscribe, and yeah, happy reading, and thanks for being awesome.
Bye!
Bye!